Fulcher Road shop. I'd like to start this year's Easter commemoration by thanking everyone for attending this fitting tribute in remembrance of those who gave their lives for Irish freedom. On this, the 108th anniversary of the Easter Rising, we continue to strive towards ideals set out in the Proclamation. As Irish Republicans, we take stock and reflect upon the deeds of the past, our efforts within the past years, and indeed our plans to bring about national sovereignty and a socialist republic in the future. Can I firstly call Chris Kearney to read the Irish Proclamation?
Public hearing, the original government of the Irish Republic to the people of Ireland. Irishmen and Irish women, in the name of God and of the dead generations from which we receive our old tradition of nationhood, Ireland, through us, summons her children to her flag and strikes for her freedom. Having organised and trained our manhood through her secret revolutionary organisation, the Irish Republican Brotherhood, and through her open military organisations, the Irish Volunteers and the Irish Citizens Army. Having patiently perfected her discipline, having resolutely waited for the right moment to reveal itself, she now seizes that moment, supported by her exiled children in America and by gallant allies in Europe. But relying on first her own strength, she strikes in full confidence of victory. We declare the right of the people of Ireland to the ownership of Ireland and to the unfettered control of the Irish destinies, to be sovereign and indefeasible. The long usurpation of that right by a foreign people and government has not extinguished the right, nor can it ever be extinguished, except by the destruction of the Irish people. In every generation, the Irish people have asserted their right to national freedom and sovereignty. 6 times during the past 300 years they have asserted it in arms. Standing on that fundamental right, and again asserting it in arms in the face of the world, we hereby proclaim the Irish Republic as a sovereign independent state, and we pledge our lives and the lives of our comrades in arms to the cause of its freedom, of its welfare, and of its exaltation amongst the nations. The Irish Republic is entitled to and hereby claims the allegiance of every Irishman and Irish woman. The Republic guarantees religious and civil liberties, equal rights, and equal opportunities to all its citizens, and declares its resolve to pursue the happiness and prosperity of the whole nation and of all its parts, cherishing all the children of the nation equally, and oblivious of the difference carefully fostered by an alien government which had divided minority from the majority in the past. Until our arms have brought the opportune moment for the establishment for a permanent national government, representative of the whole people of Ireland and elected by the suffrages of all her men and women, the provisional government hereby constituted will administer the civil and military affairs of the Republic in the trust for the people. We place the cause of the Irish Republic under the protection of the Most High God, whose blessing we evoke upon our arms. We pray that no one who serves that cause will dishonour it by cowardice, inhumanity, or rapine. In this supreme hour, the Irish nation must, by its valour and discipline, and by its readiness of its children to sacrifice themselves for the common good, prove itself worthy of the august destiny to which it is called. Signed on behalf of the Provisional Government, Thomas J. Clark, Sean McDermott, Thomas McDonough, P.H. Pearce, Eamon Cant, James Connolly, Joseph Plunkett.
Derry Republican Mark Kenny will now read the Derry Brigade Roll of Honour and the Roll of Remembrance.
Over Thomas McCall, over Joseph Cloyd, over Thomas Carlin, over Eamon Lafferty, over James O'Hagan, Fianna Gerard Donaghy, over Tom Keenan, over Eugene McGillan, over John Stars, over Seamus Bradley, over Michael Quigley, over John Berry, over James Carr, over James Junior McDade, over Joe Walker, over Jared Craig, over David Russell, over Michael Meenan, over John McDade, over Ethel Lynch, over Jim Moran, over Jim Gallagher, over Brian Coyle, over Dennis Heaney, over Pat Harkin, over Patsy Duffy, over George McBurty, over Sharon McGuire, over Eamon Bradley, over Phil O'Donnell, over Richard Quigley, over Kieran Fleming, over Danny Doherty, Willie Fleming, Ogla Charles English, Ogla Tony Goff, Ogla Philip McFadden, Ogla Patrick O'Hagan, Ogla Jerry Loeb, Ogla Paddy Derry, Ogla Eddie McSheffrey, Ogla Paul Kinsler. Roll of Remembrance, Ogla Paddy Mullen, Ogla Jim Frieden, Ogla Hugh Duffy, Ogla Patsy Duffy. Former volunteers, Tommy Mellon, Tommy Roberts, Stevie Mellon, Kevin Dehan, Kevin Quigley, Tom Young, Mickey Derry, Jerry Miller, Eamon Peggy McCourt, Paul Miller, Roddy Kiernan, Patrick Patch O'Brady, Joe Gallagher, Kevin O'Brien, Colin Mallock, Jerry Noisy Houston, Terence Digger Moore, Republican activist, Andy Shields, Billy Kavanagh, Ellen Doherty, Oliver McFadden, Kathleen Doherty, Mimi Taggart, Martina Dunlap, Patricia Breslin, Peggy Mellon, Doreen Kiernan, Jordy McGilvey, Kathleen McGilvey, Veronica Taylor, Patrick P.K. Kelly, Tony Kelly, Kathy McDade, Jerry Houston, and Pat Arkle McDade. Dennis Gallagher, Terence Digger Moore, Gemma McDade, Dennis Sa Gallagher, and Paul Durno Brown.
We will now have a minute's silence as our national flag is lowered. Chris Kearney will play a lament. Can we now have the laying of the wreaths? Wreaths will be laid on behalf of Junior McDade House, the IRPWA, Istigay, a wreath now will be laid on behalf of the Republican movement. Any other follow-up tributes, please? Leading Derry Republican Barry Mugger will now give the main oration.
It's good to see so many people here for a wreath laying ceremony. It's good to see. Georgia, I'm both proud and humbled to have been asked to speak here on this, the 108th anniversary of the heroic 1916 Easter Rising, a seismic event that shook the entire world, that helped develop desires for freedom, not just in Ireland, but in occupied countries internationally. The 1916 Easter Rising is commemorated all over the world by those who won their freedom from occupation and those, like us, still struggling under occupation. At home, the rising started an inextinguishable flame of resistance. That flame has always ebbed and flowed. We are proud to follow that line of pure Republican tradition, an ideology that cannot be bought or conquered. Today, there are those who call us dinosaurs, warmongers. Nothing could be further from the truth. The reality being played out today proves time will be on our side. There are those who pretend to carry a veneer of republicanism, may I say it, a distant veneer of republicanism, but this is purely a chance to mould and build their clique and promote their own egos. We must all see through the muddy waters and work towards uniting a confidence within republicanism that lets the occupier and those who support and promote the occupation that we are here to stay. If you just stop a minute and really analyse the environment we are in, what really has changed? We have occupying soldiers regularly deployed in our communities, not just in uniform. We have British internment being used regularly, MI5, the dark hand of the British state controls the courts, the PPS and the jails. Stopping searches, house raids, trumped charges, the isolation of Republican prisoners, hunger strikes, dirty protest, poverty, sectarian low wages. All these things are not from the early 80s or 90s. No, they are our daily life in the occupied 6 counties today. This is the reality of being under occupation with homegrown lackeys propping up the very system that oppresses us. There are those, just like you, who are here today, who do not and will not serve the status quo. British power and British money may buy some, but not us and not you. With your presence here today, you're sending a message, and that message is true republicanism is still here. You have not won, you have not conquered, no matter how many of us you lock up. Easter is traditionally our time to reflect and rededicate ourselves to the proclamation and the ongoing struggle. To remember the men and women, Republican prisoners incarcerated for daring to care, to make a stand. We salute their steadfast commitment and dedication for what them and all our Republican dead aspire to. A 32-county socialist republic, not a new Ireland, not a new flag, or some type of quasi-joint authority. So what do we do? As Republicans, we plan, we scheme, we do what we have to do what we continually move the struggle forward. What can you do to help? What part can you play? There are rules for everyone. Play your part. One of the mechanisms of this struggle is our international comrades, particularly the brave and steadfast people of Palestine. The Palestinian cause for freedom is historically linked with our own, and it seems to play out the same. They have the Palestinian Authority, and at home, former Republicans work for an occupying force in the pursuit of power and financial gain. Shame, shame, shame on you. This phase of the ongoing attempted annihilation of the Palestinian people did not start on October 7th. That is a lie to justify what is a blatant genocide. Genocide being carried out by the Zionist regime. Let me be clear. We stand shoulder to shoulder with the Palestinian people and the right to defend themselves, including the right to challenge their occupier in any way they deem necessary. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. I want to finish here today by giving our commitment that we are always and will be here, always active in our republicanism, even when it is not on the news. The Brits are still here. They are still active in trying to defend their occupation, and we as the occupied, the oppressed, who feel the wrath of that occupation, are continually working to dismantle it, stone by stone, brick by brick, so we can fill our people's true destiny, to have our full and true national sovereignty. I will just remind our occupier of a bit of history. As long as Ireland is unfree, the only honourable attitude for Irish men and women is to have the attitude of rebellion. We are here to stay. Up the Republic.
I'd just like to finish off today's proceedings by taking this opportunity to thank everyone for attending. It is not easy to be a Republican activist at this moment in time, particularly with the occupiers stepping up their campaign of harassment and intimidation. As revolutionary Republicans, we must stand strong together and take this struggle to its completion. Thank you again for attending. There will be a function in support of current Republican prisoners tonight in Lizzie O'Farrell's bar, starting at 6:30. Limited tickets are still available. We'll finish off now. Chris Kearney will now sing our national anthem.
Sinna finna fall at off we all geren wind our slew art yeller on the way we watch verser shantir sin sure fasta ni log for winter on off wind wall Anokta in Savarnawell, Legander Gael on Bosch no cell, Legan Ivich Scrib, we love Navile, Shan if Kionig, Aran Naveen.